Alexei Televich's NASA A Volta was a short that appeared at the Sundance Film Festival this year, and while overall the animation is pretty solid, reminiscent of the old Gumby cartoons with a little added flavor, it doesn't really do anything spectacular in the end. Imagine if somebody could combine the animation of Gumby with a mobster element in Grand Theft Auto. So there's blood, there's sex, there's drugs, and everything's moving very quickly. There's a pretty cool music track playing in the background. Overall, it's pretty stylish. I did laugh a few times, but overall it wasn't a captivating animation short. Cordell Barker had a animation short that appeared in the festival called Runaway, and that really did it much better for me. But I mean, for what this is trying to do, it does a pretty good job. It's trying to be rough and tumble. I think it's trying to make a social commentary about how corrupt big business is, because the main character has a Mickey Mouse head. So I mean, I guess he's saying something about big business being corrupt. So I mean, you have these blocky characters having sex and snorting lines of cocaine and killing each other, and you have little block guys holding money, running all over the place, and at the end the police take care of business. So I mean, maybe he's saying something about, you know, how big corporations will eventually have to pay for their greed and their avarice. The camera is a little shaky at times. It moves very quickly. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on, because it just seems like the characters are made out of all these different things, from cards to boxes of cigarettes to just anything that this animator can get his hands on. So because of that, I think NASA Volta is extremely interesting, and it's different. It's worth a watch. I've watched it about 4 or 5 times, and it's probably different from every other animated short at the festival. However, that doesn't mean that it's fantastic. It's okay, but because of the camera being shaky and the characters being made out of a mishmash of components, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. It kind of feels like Transformers 2 on a minute scale. I mean, I remember watching Transformers 2 and not knowing what was going on at times, because it was just metal on metal a lot of the time. And with this, it's kind of hard to tell what the characters are doing and where their faces are and things like that. I don't think any of the characters really have eyes, and because of that, it makes it kind of hard to follow. But again, it's bloody, it's sexy, it's fast-paced, so there are people out there that will totally enjoy this. Other people will kind of think it's just a mishmashed mess of an animated short. I myself am somewhere in between. I appreciate the style and the quickness of the camera shots and the music that's thrown in that fits perfectly, but I just think all those elements together, there's not enough polish, and the piece overall isn't as refined as it could have been. If things were slowed down just a tiny bit, and you were able to see a little bit more of the characters, or maybe the camera angles were changed slightly, this would be much better. Like I said, the story revolves around a crime boss and him trying to, like, get his money and his drugs back, and there's a part where he says, "Say hello to my little friend, okay?" So, I mean, there's some pop culture lore in there. So, again, overall, NASA Volta is slightly better than mediocre. So if you're still at the Sundance Film Festival, and I believe there's 2 more days left, this might be something you want to check out if it's still showing. If they're still having a shorts screening. If you miss it, then you're not missing Hesher or Buried or Get Low, but you're missing 4 minutes of slightly different animation. So I guess we should just appreciate it for that.